watchers, and welcome to the Totally Flawed film review tonight. Tonight, I've been watching a film called The Asylum, of course, you see it behind me, The Asylum, of course. I didn't realise it was that of an old film. I thought it was like a few years old, but heck, so it's older than a few years old. It's like 2012. About 2012. And this film is pretty good. This film was pretty good. A nice little twist out then. I was not expecting the twist out then. I was thinking, oh, that's an interesting twist. So anyway, okay, let's read the back. 6 teenagers host a sex and drugs-fueled party of a lifetime in an old-fashioned asylum, ignoring rumours that this once brutal and controversial home for the criminally insane will house the spirits of tormented victims. After a series of increasingly daring games, they raise the stakes and attempt to summon the spirits that haunt the building. However, they find themselves fighting for their lives, and a vengeful spirit infiltrates the group, wreaking havoc as it moves from one body to the next. Directed by Marcus Nispel, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I enjoyed those two movies. And starring Stephen Lang, Avatar, and Kelly Black's The Within. Asylum is a gore-fest supernatural thrill ride. So yeah, at the beginning of the film, we see a woman in the film, and it's a bit of a twist who she is. Explained later on in the film. And she, she's like, naked and stuff. She's got, and then she goes, she walks out of camera range, and she's like, and then she blows her brains out. And of course, you think to yourself, what has that got to do with the film? And it explains later on in the film. I was thinking, geez, that was a good nice little twist out there. So anyway, you meet these characters. The main actor, and he has this kind of, he almost runs over his brother. His brother's kind of like, pretends to get run over, so, and he's kind of like, oh, damn, I wish I did run him over. Kind of like that kind of brotherly love kind of situation with he doesn't like his brother. I don't know why, the reason why he doesn't like his brother, he's kind of got this, like, problem with him. And, of course, so anyway, they have this, like, party at this, like, asylum, and, of course, you meet this, like, this priest in it. And there's an explanation who is, like, on the film or something, go. And I've seen him before in a few films, like a film called Don't Breathe, films like, and what was it? Uncharted, the Uncharted fan-made kind of like film, how they did a few years ago, which was really good, by the way. He paid Sulla, paid him in it. So anyway, they have this party, of course, and then the rest of them, everyone else leaves, and then it's just them at this freaking asylum. Of course, then they play this, do this thing on his brother, this like, his brother's laying down, they're kind of like trying to pick him up, trying to, use this kind of like, I can't remember what you call it now. So no, they're trying to pick his brother up using this like, like where they have to touch him, like using their fingers and have to pick him up and stuff, and then something happens after that where he gets possessed in the film, and you think, so how the hell can that possess? Like, it's not a Ouija board they use some kind of thing where they're like, close your eyes and lift them, whatever. And of course, so after that starts to happen, where his body gets possessed by something, starts. At first it's fine, but then he starts acting funny, like possessed, and he starts cutting his head or stuff, and he's acting kind of psychotic. The film was quite brutal too, violent, but with a sense of humour, which I liked. Really, really enjoyable film. So anyway, he gets possessed, and of course they've got to like tie him up or stuff. And then this guy turns up with a shotgun, and that's the first character, who he kills, breaks his neck, and he freaking like twists it and stuff. And that's quite of a strange scene, because there's a part where the film where he breaks his neck, and you think yourself, well, he's dead now. But then he starts walking and stuff. He's still walking, which is kind of odd. The film's got some nasty, violent moments in it. Good cover, by the way. So yeah, the film is quite brutal and quite. It does make you jump a few times. It's quite nasty, but I enjoyed it. So it's a bit of a fun one. This one was gore funness, fun goreness, fun gore. Film definitely has a good sense of humour in it. I wasn't expecting it, but it does. So anyway, so they have to somehow, do an exorcism. They do an exorcism, but they kind of do it online. It's quite funny. DIY exorcism, that's what they call it online, like a YouTube thing or whatever. It was on YouTube, I think it was, and it's quite funny. I'm like, come on, and then, but then when they do that, another character gets possessed, and it's kind of like characters start to get possessed in the film and start, because with his brother, they kind of go, I've got to save my brother and get, use an exorcism, but the rest of the characters kill them all. It's like that. Everyone else is expendable, but his brother's kind of like, I want to save his brother. Film's got a good sense of humour, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't realise that was an old film. What, 9 years old now? It's crazy. But I really enjoyed it. It's a fun one. It's not perfect. So anyway, they're trying to escape the place. I like the fact that they run over the priest and then he just vanishes, and you think, oh, he was dead. How the hell did he survive that? And it's like I said, there's a bit of a twist out there. I was sitting there going, geez, I was not expecting that for a twist. I wasn't expecting it at all. It's a really good twist, actually. There's a character called Devon, who used to be at the Asylum. And there's a bit of a twist who he is. He or she, whatever. And I was sitting there going, oh, that was a bit of a nice little twist, because, I don't know, it's just crazy. There's certain characters gets possessed, and you think to yourself, how was he possessed? You never actually see him get possessed in the film. Yeah, really good film. The film's got some gory moments in it. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, so yeah, I like the last part too, where the priest goes after the girl, and and so it happens, and something else happens, and you think to yourself, I was not expecting that. So yeah, it's gory as heck though. It's very gory film, but I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun supernatural horror film. So yeah, good sense of humour. It's definitely one of the movies you see on the shelf, definitely worth picking up, I'd say. So yeah. So the main want to give this film, and I'll cut it short. I like the last part of the film. Before I do that, things I didn't like. There is things that would kind of bother me about. Not bother me, just kind of like, oh, that's a bit of a mistake. Where they run over the priest, right, and when they stop the car, he's still driving in certain parts because you see him driving. I think, how the hell is he still driving the car when he stopped at... There's a few kind of bloopers in this film I've noticed. And there's another part where you see... I mean, it could have been... No, because I think I'm pretty sure they got this wrong, where you see someone... They go into the room, right, and the next bit you see like another character at the back, and you think to yourself, he doesn't look part of the film. I'm guessing it's part of the crew and stuff, but apart from... There's like a few, doesn't ruin the film though. It's a fun horror film, so yeah. So what I liked about it, they like the characters in it. Girls are quite good looking in it. The attractive girls in it, quite attractive. Good characters, good death scenes in it. Good sense of humour, which I liked, and a good finale. A really good finale, actually, by the way. Very hot finale. So yeah, the rating I'm going to give this film is a 4 out of 5, because I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth a watch. So the Asylum gets a 4 out of 5. And a good ending to it. Real nice little twist. I wasn't expecting that twist out there, actually. But yeah. So yeah, it's a nice little twist. I was sitting there going, you gotta be kidding me. That's an interesting twist. Okay, that's a good twist, that is. So yeah. So 4 out of 5 for the Asylum. So many people, I've been doing other reviews like The Wrong Turn, but I'm watching them separate. And I'm going to put all them all together. So yeah. So many people, I'm going to go off now. Remember to subscribe to the channel. I guess a 4 out of 5, which I enjoyed. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take care, look after yourself, and take care. See you later. Have a nice week. See you later. Bye.